Hey, welcome back. The coffee, thank you for the host and raid, which I missed during the break. Welcome if you got here with Sarah. I'm Jay. We're playing No Man's Sky. We've been playing it for about a month now. Just lost in space. Oh yeah, and I said we were going to... Oh, is that on a planet that wasn't to turn in here? Alright, let's go turn this in, come back to the station, and then maybe we'll make a backup save and go mess around on the community world for a little bit. I'm gonna turn this in first in case it gets wonky. Well, and I'm sorry for that. Raiders should be better recognized. Absolutely. And they are supposed to be. There should be alerts on screen for that. Oh no, it's good. It's good. It did show up in chat. Yeah, that was the only bit I was able to scroll and see. Quick stop here.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Enemy Slayer Hal. Look, it's Hal. Viking salutes as I leave. Better than peeing his pants. Colonel, you got a new profile pic? What'd you pick? You pick for your pick. But that was not right. Let's try that again. I'm in a chat program where I can't see your profile pic. Guardian, but you must have seen it in chat though, because there's supposed to be one on screen. Sound, animation. It's either... I mean, it hasn't worked in a little while, and I'm sorry I've neglected to fix it, but it's probably the same as the host, but it might be different than the host. Oh! I don't think so. No, I think I have my Twitch alerts box is, stream alerts is visible from all those screens. I don't know. Don't know what it is. There's that snub-nosed fighter again. Look at how short that fighter is. Ah. Prestige, you're gonna watch some Vikings. You'll probably be back in a couple hours if you're still here. Have fun, Prez. We'll see ya. In a bit. Hopefully in a bit. Or on the other side. Let's go back to... We're gonna quit, backup save, and go check out the... crazy community hub world. If we can grind out a few more hex cores, and maybe we'll get the decals or the statues. I haven't bought the decals or the statues yet. But there is stuff I want to get with the hex core Quicksilver conversion. But it's rather boring out there. It's more to see how crazy it is, and we won't spend 2 hours there, but maybe we'll spend an hour doing this whole thing. I'm gonna take a little field trip to the community world. Drop a few things in containers here too.
Technology recharge.
Stashing. Thermic, uranium, enriched carbon. The hub world? You always wondered how you make them, but shrug. No, not not that. There's the community event. Not like the real, not the community that have the galactic hub and all the. That's just a bunch of fans coordinating a bunch of information, right? I don't know anything about that really. But this is the just the dig for more, the hex cores, the community research, that world, because it's not. It's like it in its own galaxy. It didn't kind of just. I don't even know what galaxy it's in. I don't think it's in Euclid. Although it has sent people back to Euclid who didn't start in Euclid. Yeah, see, I didn't have any more room for another stack of Magno Gold, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to be crafting with Magno Gold. But, whatever. I can save it for now. Just an overflow box for the time being. Walker bits. Shows up on the Galactic Atlas, so pretty sure it is in Euclid. Okay, or it is. If it is, it is. Kelp sack. I didn't drop the kelp sack off. Alright, Colonel. Right on. We'll check it out. I don't keep Discord open during a stream, but of course I'm always lurking there off stream.
Units received.
They selling? This is why we need to be able to mark things. Come on. Great system. Doesn't matter. The lemium. The extra lemium.
Units received.
That might work. Check that out. Nice. Yeah, I can see that. Sweet. Very good. That's right. So yeah, it does work. Those hard Discord links do work. Let's save. Let's make a hard save and then. Just lazy about making these really lazy backup saves, but you know what, they work. Why I'm sticking them on the desktop is no particular reason, because nothing's touching these spammy archives anyways. About being a data hoarder, it's better than being a real life hoarder. Still not a great mental state, but hoarding data much easier than hoarding stuff. Frost 100 hours. Yeah, it's a great pick. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of. I got a whole stash of Sentinel Walker quad parts. Starting to get organized a little bit. So, the community quest, separate from other portals, gives you a portal that you need to go to and then keeps it open. It's open right now. It will be open when we get there. It will stay open. Pretty close. We can't teleport back to that system. Other players may have bases there. They may be able to teleport there. And if it's in Euclid, you could probably teleport or portal with glyphs to a system near there and then just fly there yourself, and then maybe then you'd be able to put a base and teleport there. Anyways, people have gotten around the basic rules, which seem to be you can't put a base down over there, but people have put bases down. There are a ton of bases down, even though you can't put bases down. So they may be getting around it a few ways. Chronic suggested that they might be getting around it by joining other players' games and stuff like that. But when we go through, depending on what happens, it may be very spammy, comm beacons everywhere, messages popping up. I will try to look at the ground, except I'll show you what's going on, but I will basically try to look at the ground until we get to our ship, which is a few feet away, and then we get away from the comm buoys. We'll decide whether we want to be on that planet or one of the other planets in the system to try and get some hex cores. And then we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on and the bugs that are happening with this. Hopefully we don't run into any of those bugs, but that's what the backup save's for. Because some of them are nasty, like people ending up in the wrong galaxy or not being able to leave. Look at all the spam. Did you see all those joining your game? So we're on Ozen Gamma in Kaitu Hype, discovered by Gunner G. And so are a lot of other people. But the buoys are gone. They wiped the buoys. I thought I might have been just like overloaded or glitching or something yesterday. But I was here, I saw buoys, then when I came back, they disappeared. I wonder if an administrator came in, a dev came in and just nuked them. There were messages everywhere. You couldn't touch these containers because there were floating messages everywhere. Traveler entity. Oh, is that the orb? Is that another player right now? Is that what you meant by orb? So we're looking at each other. I would like to construct a monument with you. Cancelled, I guess. Okay, I probably would have said yes, even though I have no idea what it is. But I guess I look like an orb to them too, huh? Well, there you go. That's what I saw before. Stuff like this, ship markers, another player, tag, whatever, tags, names. Critical Mac left your game, curiosity, and so on. So one thing we could do is try to find part of this planet that's not got a lot of people on it. Let's go to space, fly around a ways, come back down. I have not tried doing any farming on this planet. I have only tried on these other planets. And they do not have nice weather. So let's see if we can get somewhere where we can maybe find some of the loot. I don't care if it's night. I'm more interested in how crowded it is. And if we get There's also a lot of water. A lot of water. There's a lot of water. See, we don't want to be where all the players are, which is concentrated near the portal. We want to be somewhere else. Yep, the whole system is part of the community event. And some of the planets have really silly names, and I mean, so what, right? Oh, well, they got silly names. Who cares? Just want land. Give us some land. Because the got a crashed freighter. Should we do it? Screw it. Let's do it. It's a crashed freighter. Just park here. Our crashed freighter. The other planets do really suck, but that's the other planets where I've gotten my hex scores. I wouldn't be surprised if we look around and see no salvaged tech waypoints. And so what I did was, I picked a direction, and you only have north and south on the compass, so you could say pick north, or if you had a player base waypoint, something in the distance you could use. But pick a direction, and I would just start running in that direction. Every 10, 20, 30 seconds, look around. And as long as I kept moving, you would eventually find some. And I used a cardinal direction to keep myself from doubling back accidentally. So I don't know if this planet has any left. It's got to. There's still people on it. There must be some. But let's see if we can get any cool crafting mats out of this. Log integrity compromised. Patching. This will be my last year running this trade route. I have a child at home to look after now, or so I am told. My travels must come to an end. I look around my crew and ponder their families. The Gek are spawned in vast numbers, knowing their parents' identity, but by necessity they are unable to form any meaningful bond. Theirs is a life of competition from the beginning. Perhaps this is what gives them their nature as traders. The Korvax have no children at all, apart perhaps from the artificial intelligences they create for various experiments. Like, they're scientists at the base. Only the family units of the Vy'keen resemble our own, small units of parents and a number of sibling children raised as warriors. Our entire history is one of war and hatred. We are so similar to the Vy'keen. I look at my child. As I look at my child, I wonder. Never mind. I know you'll know soon enough, and there is business to take care of before I'm home. Cargo pods happen to always be in the same configuration. There are a number of places they can spawn, and there's a few more potential spots than they will spawn in, so there will always be a few places that don't have pods. But the spots the pods can spawn in will always, if they're there, they will always be facing the same way. So if you get used to the different nodes, the different places the pods can show up, you can also get used to where you want to stand to get at them without having to dig all around. I don't want units. So could someone come there and dig those very same cargo pods? I'm not sure how the game handles instancing like that. I think they could. I think they'd have their own... I guess I don't know. I really don't know. Over. I should move where I'm standing to get this one. Unstable gel.
Radiation protection falling.
Nothing great yet. They're joining Jay's game, no, otherwise yes. Not fully tested, however. But what about all those people where their names scroll by and it says joined your game, joined your game? They're not... Is that a different sort of joins your game than if you send friend invites? Or if a friend joins your game? Is it the exact same mechanic, or... Yes, I needed to mark. I was never going to find this without that marking. I do need to... There's often one here, or usually, but there isn't today.
Technology prepared. Radiation protection.
It says we got everything, but there's always one. In my experience, there's always one more than the ones you need. Look around. There was not an extra. This would be the first time that I noticed there not being an extra. Huh. Okay. Maybe the extra was a bug. Maybe it's a bit random. No, we're supposed to be hunting. So let's head north. There are no player waypoints. There's no base waypoints to the north. Hey, there's no base waypoints. Did they wipe the player bases? They wiped the player bases. I see players, but no convoys and no bases. There were a ton of bases. Did they get rid of them? Maybe they're fixing this stuff. Now, one other thing about the other planets, or at least one of the other planets, is the terrain is much better. I mean, this is not great terrain for running around. You can't really run. You have to jet, and a lot of hill climbing is not fun. If you're going to go 50 kilometers on one planet on foot, you don't want to have to jet the whole way. You gotta run. You gotta be able to run. So moving around, scanning, and seeing nothing wasn't surprising, but eventually, if you keep going in one direction. And there might be 5 or 10 minutes between seeing any. But I might find an area where there's 3 or 5 nodes of 2 to 4 hex cores each. Just to give you an idea of how sparse it is. You can come to this planet. If you look on the Steam forums, you'll see people saying there are none. I searched and there's just none. It's all farmed out. That, relatively speaking, I don't even know if that's true that it's farmed out. If they're just, yeah, there probably is a issue with how much is being pulled from the system, but they're out there. They must be being generated. I don't know how they're being generated. There's a lobby. Okay. Yeah, see, there you go. There's a lobby. You and 3 others. You can see and interact fully. And then there's a session, which you'll just see orb people. Like the one we saw by the monolith who wanted to make a monument with me. Ooh. Wrap the first number, 0592. Door. So with all those people to the south, we're gonna go north. Well, I don't want to spend the next 90 minutes here. Let's run for a while. Let's see if we can find any just to go, aha, look, see, they're there. They really are. There they are. There's one. Aha! See, look, there they are. They're really there. See, there's one. Is that how it works? So, see, they're not non-existent, even if they're sparse. You look for the buried tech modules, the same salvage tech spots that you would always look for. Okay, so what's the deal with the bugs? There's a bunch of them. One of them is that some people can't get the loot item at all. Period. Apparently people will come here to this area and they're still not getting it. They'll get salvage tech. But what is supposed to happen in this special galaxy or this special system is you get hex cores. We just got 3 of them. And the hex cores, you're supposed to be able to carry as many as you want, as many as you can carry. When you go up into space, Polo, you can contact by radio. Plus, these players are different planets. Perfect. Okay, and if I find one, we look around because there's often a few near each other. So here we go. There's at least 2 more nodes nearby. And it might be 10 minutes after we get those. We might not see any more for 10 minutes. Where's the one I just marked? But, my brain just slipped. We're talking about the hex cores and the numbers and the turn-ins. Polo will let you turn in 1, 25, or 50. But there are a number of bugs. So some people can't get them at all. Some people will only get those and they can't get salvage tech anymore. You're supposed to be able to leave this area and get a combination of salvage tech and hex cores back out in the galaxy. You're supposed to be able to get them anywhere in the galaxy. Dig for more anywhere. After you do the initial dig for 25, you turn them in, and then you leave, and then you can dig anywhere. But another one of the bugs is people who can't get hex cores anywhere else. Some people can, some people can't. Can't. That's why we're back here. I can only get them here. Some people can get them anywhere, just like it says. Some people apparently leave and they're still getting hex cores, but they can't get salvage tech. So just make up your own bug, and it's probably something that has happened to people with this event. Other people have gotten trapped in this system or sent back to the wrong galaxy when they portal back. Chronic, you've gotten none even on the event planet? None even on the event planet? What the hell? So I have another bug. Here's another bug. Oh, did you think we were done with event bugs? This one is not too bad, but it is weird, and it might even be tied to those of us who can't get hex cores outside of this event. Remember how the original turn-in was 25? The event has you get 25, and then you leave, and then you're supposed to be in the optional overflow. Doubles! Yeah! We're getting doubles. So here's another part of it. Some of us can't get them when we leave. We come back here to get them, and after we get 25, or 26, because you're getting a few at a time, but you know, if we have 23 or 24, the next loot that takes us to 25, whether it takes us to 25 or 26, then they will stop dropping. And then even here in the event system for me, they will be dropping salvage tech again. Salvage tech, salvage tech. Until I go up into space and turn them into Polo. But remember, I only have 25 or 26. He has an option to turn in 50. I will never be able to turn in 50 because they stop dropping for me, even here in the event system, after I have 25. Well, other people can collect 50. I can collect 25 or 26, and then they cut off until I turn them in, and then I come back down to the planet and they start dropping again until I have 25 or 6. Then they cut off. So, yeah, you really got to roll with the bugs in this game, and this event seems particularly buggy. Look, there's another one. So, they're there, but if you get the bug that Chronic has and you can't collect them at all, I don't know what to... I don't have a workaround for that. And I don't have a workaround for anything, really. I just know that if you're not getting them outside of this area, it's worth trying to come back. You might still get them in this area. Misbehave, you can't get them out of this system. So it looks like they made this system less spammy. All the words and stuff, they seem to have removed the comm buoys and maybe even the bases. I think so, Colonel. I'm loving it. I'm living in it. I think it's just my guess. Seastar Can't speak for Chronic, but my guess is if Chronic didn't have so much invested in his current save, he could start a new save and probably not have all the same bugs. But you have a lot invested in a save in this game, so maybe not what you want to do. Hey, there's another one. These are more plentiful than they were for me yesterday. I love traveling such great distances with the jetpack. And when you have hills and you're going downhill, if it's steep enough, it's great. You can fall, and when you start falling like this, if you jet a little bit, you get so much momentum from your critical critical velocity. Yeah, you're able to go further still. I mean, it's amazing how far you can travel if you fall down a hill and jet a little bit. Acero TV. Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Cheers. Good evening. Okay, so what am I doing? Waiting for them to appear? No more in sight, that's fine. We actually found more near each other than I expected to. Took a few minutes going north, and then we found some, and there was quite a few. So let's keep going north a little bit more. It's a pretty planet. The other planets in this system are not pretty, and I got away from this one because of all the comm buoys, bases, and players. It seems much better today. Maybe they're doing something different with instancing. Maybe they just nuked all the spam. This planet looks a lot like your home planet. It's the community event planet. You could go to this very same planet right now.
Well, what do we have here?
Robo Livable.
Arrival.
Welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. So your home base world looks like this, huh? A pretty world. Crunch! So I wanted to clear that little stubby hill, but was not to be. So, hey, there's more. See, we're not doing so bad. It's because these things are scarce and the area around the portal is still kind of crowded. I think they cleaned this up. I think they fixed it. Not the bugs. They didn't fix the bugs, but I think they fixed the spam, the overloading of the area with spammy crap. Follow for that jetpack tech. Nice. 6 movement mods. 3 in 3 in the tech slots and 3 in general. Weren't there a couple? Here's another weird thing about this system, and this might be an example. Normally, if you're going for salvage tech, and it's further down than just beneath the surface, it's often under the ground in a cave. And you can't dig beneath the ground in a natural cave. Unless there's something I'm missing. So you usually can't get them. This is not very far down, 36, but it could be in a cave. I've found that in this system you can get to them. They're worth going down for. It'll be there. We'll be able to get it. Or it'll be like the other ones I described and we won't be able to get it because you can't dig down. Never mind. Okay, it's perfectly normal. I just got lucky before. Yeah, we can't get that one. because you can't dig down in a natural cave. Right. Yeah, I would just, if as soon as you realize that one of them is that far down, I would just ignore it. Of course, I was willing to go after that one because I've had some better luck in this system the past few days going after hex cores. I was desperate. I needed it. Use the geocannon or the plasma grenade. I think it's impervious. Do you really think it would break the... I'll try it another time. I don't want to kill myself in a cave right now. Trying the plasma grenade in a closed space. I can't even use grenades properly in open spaces half the time. And half the time is a vast improvement over the past few years. See what I'm getting at? No grenades in the cave. Bad. Bad plan. See another player moving around in space there. Mailman, baby maker. Jesus. People and their names. People and their names. Is that the one I just ran from? It's gotta be. Hey, this isn't really, I'm not really getting to discover this, am I? This is just like things become undiscovered and kind of flaky. Bambakutera. I think I've discovered, according to the journal, which is probably not telling the truth, this planet which has been extremely populated by other people. I can get nanites? Is that, oh, is that true? Are you screwing with me? Are you just bugging? Whoa, look at all 232 waypoints on this planet. Yeah, this planet's been, yeah. See? It's a bit different. It's a bit different. That one should be good. What was the milestone? Yay! Oh yeah, because we just did that. That makes sense. Here's another one down in a cave. No! Is it the same cave? Is it the same cave? Alright, this is such a bad idea. Oh, this is such a bad idea. Oh no. This is just, why did you even suggest it? It's just terrible, terrible. It's gonna bounce. It's not gonna go anywhere. I got bouncy grenades. No. What no. Come on. What am I doing? It's not gonna do anything. The ground is impervious. Not. There's no. See, there's no. It's not. We're not getting. You have to return to the system with the portal already open, or can you do it in another system and still get to Polo's planet? No, you have to go back. In my experience, you have to go back to the portal that was first laid out for you. That one. You gotta go back to that one. It's the only way I've been able to get back there. Although I guess if you had glyphs for a nearby planet, you could probably glyph to a nearby planet and just fly here. But I don't know. Somehow people were making bases, even though most of us couldn't make bases here. All right, well, that's 2 strikes in a row in caves. Called experimentation. It's called my life. We could call the ship and make an autosave and then do that. We could drop the save point that I'm carrying and then do that. You're right, if I saved first, it would be worth the experiment. As it is, we don't have a save for the 5, 10, 15, 18 hex cores that I've picked up. So let's get to 25 or 26 and see if they stop dropping again. Process that wall. About bugs. Yeah, the teleporter does not work. You cannot teleport to or from this system. But you might be able to teleport to a different system that's not too far from this one. You know, and then maybe just warp jump here. I'm just wondering. What about all the bases that used to be here? The bases people were putting down. Were those bases... Were those people able to put teleporters in their bases? To the planet with the portal. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, the planet with the portal. Almost made it all the way. Fly, fly. Baseborn Games. So, 21. When we hit 25 or 6, we'll see if they stop dropping. We want to find one more after that just to confirm that they are, at least in my case, still reverting to salvage tech after 25. I'll never be able to turn in a 50 stack. Doesn't matter. You can turn them in one at a time or 25 at a time. It's all the same to Polo. You get 25 Quicksilver per. Doesn't matter how many you turn in at a time. Getting up this hill is really gonna suck. Let's go around the side. Okay, Guardian, you're getting salvage tech again, as well as hex cores, but only one or the other, never both. Well, I don't think you got anything to worry about. I think you're one of the more fortunate ones there if you can get both. And maybe you're trying to get salvage tech for blueprints. Maybe you're bummed because you can't get enough salvage tech, but you know, it's just a few more days, and then we'll see what they do. Are they moving right on to week 2, or are they taking a break before the week 2 of the community event? Does anyone know or have a guess? Yeah, see, if you can get them both and you don't have to come back to this system and you can just hang out wherever you want and get a little bit of both. It might take longer to get hex cores, but you don't have to come here. You can get them wherever. If I could go out and get them in the galaxy at large, I wouldn't be here right now. So. I hope they take a long break and fix it. That wouldn't hurt. Yeah. Was that a crashed ship, huh? Like a shuttle? Oh. Okay, good. No crunch. I fell in a hole. Ship is a C-class shuttle. Ooh, very valuable. Very valuable. I think that was a spare prop on an episode of Next Generation decades ago. Not because of what it looks like, I'm just saying that's the shape it's in. Opulently furnished interior suggests the dead pilot once belonged to one of its race's more affluent families. The cause of its mid-flight demise is unclear, but the ship is likely to be carrying a decent cargo. The body lies draped over a large box covered in dangerous-looking alien markings. Strange black mist surrounds the scene. Oh, we are opening the box. In the box. As I open the box, a dark energy channels through me like poison. The tech I find within the container has come at a cost. Your hazard protection increases. You take damage. Is this consequential? Consequential damage? It does not seem to be. What do you mean? Dennis, thank you. Hey. Oh my god, the timing with the bot right after Dennis with the bits. The bot does this on his own. Dennis, thank you. I like your bits. Thank you for the bits. And then the bot says, I don't believe in tipping. Well, you don't have to, bot. Dennis is cooler than you, bot. Do you hear me, bot? Boy, the bot is rude. So rude. So rude. All the rude. We're at 23. So this phase beam module, if we discard it right now, we get nothing. If we sell it, we get like 100 nanites. If we install it, it overloads. And then we break it down, we get cadmium, tech module, right here, and silver. Okay, we'll break it down when I'm back in range of the ship. Why does it let you install them at range, but you can't destroy them at range? Now you're just messing with me, game. So we need 1 or 2 more nodes to see if it's going to stop dropping at 25, even though it should keep dropping. It's almost like it thinks I'm in the initial stage of the quest. I'm just thinking out loud here. It says, check, 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 now optional. But the 25 being the magic number, that they stopped dropping for me after 25, that's what happened during the non-optional part of the quest. When you're digging initially, you have to get 25. After that, you're supposed to just be able to stack them up and get them anywhere. Seems that 25 is still a thing for me, even though I'm past that part of the quest. I don't know what they've done, designed, what flags are where, but my guess would be some flag didn't get set right, and part of it thinks I'm on this part of the quest, and part of it thinks it's on that, and without the flag, they just won't drop past 25. If that's the case, Jay, maybe that's why it doesn't spawn in the rest of the galaxy. Exactly, like, during that stage of the quest, they're not available to you in the other parts of the galaxy, because you haven't done the initial community task. And if part of it still thinks you're at that stage, then yeah, then they're not spawning anywhere in the galaxy if it thinks you haven't completed the initial community task. At least that part of it would be consistent. It's plausible, right? Should I try uploading that? Don't need to name it, give it a silly name or anything. But is it really gonna be uploaded by me? What about the other planets in this system? There's one I haven't been to. But look, like it says I got credit for uploading those. Is that really true? If you guys go to this planet, if you guys go to Preethi and you see the hopping mushrooms, that looks like the giant one. I don't know if it's big or small, but if you see the hopping mushrooms on Preethi in your game, tell me if that'd be cool. I don't think you're gonna see my name on them. I think there's something else at work that just, it's like it's letting multiple people discover things, and I don't know. Be truly surprised if you all saw Discovered by Entropic J on anything in this community system, because it was spammed up before I got here. Especially plants. Same thing. I'm guessing not. So let's see. Preethi. Thank you, HG or Preethi. Especially plants. It's just plants here. I didn't see. So something else going on with plants? Here's one discovered by someone else. Does it say it was discovered by Valhalla? So I also have plants to upload. And plants I've uploaded. No, it only shows 2 that are with somebody else's name on it. Driggins and Valhalla. And if I were to hit upload on the rest of them, you know, on my end it might look like I've got 8 of 10 plants. But on your end it probably looks like you've got 8 of 10 plants. And I don't know. I don't know what kind of instancing they're doing or what's going on. Just try not to worry about it. Just want to have a good time. I'm glad they cleaned this system up a bit. It was so spammy that it was not fun. I couldn't turn in one direction or another. It's still a little bit like that. If we look in the right place, you can see all these other players, but that's nothing. That's like 7 people. No, it was spam. And you'd go up into space and you couldn't pulse towards anything because there were hundreds of combuis and bases, and it was the most broken part of the game I'd seen yet, and it looks better today. They did something. Okay, was that 25 or 24? That was 25. So let's find one more node, and if it's still being weird and still thinks whatever flag, no flag, bug, no bug, it's a feature. Sure, it's a feature. This should drop salvage tech. At least yesterday, this would have dropped salvage tech and no longer hex cores. There it is, salvage tech. No more hex cores after exactly 25. So the game is behaving almost as if I were at the part of the quest where you need exactly 25. Dig for strange objects, and then you contact the anomaly, and then you're supposed to be able to collect more. Hey, Johnny Frost, how are you doing? PC here. Hey, Frantic, Captain Frantic, what's going on? What controller? I'm actually using a, it's sort of an Elite controller. It's, it was given to me, and it's a, where's the brand name? Has a weird name. They've taken an Elite and they've made some of their own little bits and attachments for it. It has an S. Their symbol has an S, and it's not spelled out anywhere on it. heck is the name? Basically an Xbox Elite controller. Is the name of the it's here's what the S looks like. You're not gonna be able to see it very clearly. It's their symbol. It's Skechers, it's the S. Troublesome Boner, I don't think I said hi. I saw you pop up before. Hello. And they make PS4 controllers and other things too. What's it called? Scuff. S-C-U-F. Scuff. Thank you there. That took a little while. Yep, that's it. It's the one. One thing I'd really like to see is a redesigned Elite that has the, not just the Bluetooth, maybe they've added a Bluetooth chip, but the bumpers, which are, if you look at the, you're not gonna be able to see it clearly here, even if I hold it up close, but the plastic is separated in the old Xbox One controllers and in the Bluetooth One S redesign. It's all one piece of plastic across the top here. Why does that matter? That part doesn't matter. But the bumpers on the original generation can trigger the... Can you watch the... look at how the trigger's going. Look at how the trigger is depressing when I press on the bumper. This is not a defective controller. They all do that. It's not an Elite thing. It was the first generation Xbox controllers. If you're really gentle with your controllers, tap, 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 probably never noticed this. But if you grip your controllers like some of us do, it happens on every single one. You can depress the triggers by pressing too hard on the bumpers. And that's, it's, as far as I can tell, the white Elite has the same design. They have not changed the physical design there. I don't get that. Why not? Why not?
Well, what do we have here?
Johnny Frost, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Glad you could join. We're sliding uphill. We're sliding uphill. Yeah. Keep going. Go forever. You go. You just go, man. You go. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Woo! Boy, he thinks he's Geralt or something there. That was awesome. Okay, since we can't get any more until I've cleared that 25, even though this is not how it's supposed to work. They should keep dropping, but once you go up into space and you scan, you should get contacted by Polo. This is supposed to happen, but he is supposed to take 1, 25, or 50, and I will never be able to give him an impressive sample because it always stops dropping for me after 25. But as soon as I turn them in, they start dropping again. So yeah, some flags in the quest don't seem to be set right. And that's just a guess, but it's consistent with what's happening. And there's different things happening to different people. That's what's happening to me and to some others, but not to everyone. And we've got 750 Quicksilver. Let's go, whoa, let's go spend it. I already got the helmet and the gesture. I need to go off camera for a second. I don't know if it's dog fur or my own mustache curling up, but I gotta sort something. Give me a second. You have 2 huskies. But it's kind of like having a cat. And that fur turns up in just everywhere. And something was tickling me. Awful. I just clawed everything. Come on. Come on. Especially, just tickle, 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 tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. So this is the merchant. If you haven't seen it, once this event started, this back door opened up in the anomaly, and the merchant here will take your Quicksilver. Master Polo has instructed me to assist you and all travelers in the process of creation. I do have some pretty long eyelash, eyebrow hairs. That one, the one you're talking about. Yes, sorry. Mind blown. Sparse Horizon helmet. I wish we could look at it in its close-up here, because it has this, the lighting on the helmet in its pop-up box looks really cool. Kind of looks golden. Well, the helmet is whatever color and pattern you put on it. It has one pattern option and it has all the regular color options, but somehow I thought the visor was like perma gold, or I don't usually like gaudy gold things, but I was a bit surprised to see that the helmet looked pretty generic. So they have some decals. Galactic Hub Project. Neat that they made one for that. They get older. We're gonna take this hair and we're gonna put it here, and we're gonna put it here. We're gonna put it here, and we're gonna... Hand of Approval decal. I like that one. And then you've got bronze, silver, and gold blob statues. And bronze, silver, and gold astronaut statues. So we could get a silver and a bronze. Or one gold. For now, I mean. Blobs. I don't think they're very... I think they're like shelf items. I don't think they're tall, big statues.
Collectible received. Collectible received.
Nada still won't take my milestones for nanites, so I'm not gonna bother talking to him because he's mean. Take off. Oh, never mind, I'm not going there. Not going there. So we can go back down to the planet. Hey Joe, what do you know? And continue if we want more. I'm only gonna go down for a minute or two just to... This has been a fairly successful example of how this has all been going. I'm so glad they cleaned this area up. It is still doable unless your save is as bugged as Chronix, in which case you're just getting boned left and right. And not the good kind. So, I guess it doesn't matter where we park. Wherever you'll let me park. Are they? Maybe they make them in such small numbers. They have different models. Some of them are from scratch, and some of them are they add molded pieces and accessories to existing controllers. So I was going north. No reason to... Whoa, hentai monster. Big one on a hill. Need to learn words. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. We are now in a hentai film. How close should I get? They should surprise us one day. They should add yeah, like the plant behaviors. They should add some animal behaviors just to surprise us. Have the hentai monsters just on occasion just grab you, pull you in. Wow. I wonder if that's because of a redesign of the Elite. I wonder why that is. Wouldn't seem like there would be a shortage of components unless it's because they take existing controllers. Maybe there's an availability problem with the Elites themselves. With that white model coming out. Anyways, when I was messing with the controllers, what I don't have sitting near me is a 1S style, the Bluetooth controllers, but they fixed that problem. The controllers we've had now for more than a year, you can go to town on those bumpers and it won't activate the trigger. Oh, there's one. Okay, so we're gonna grab that one up there and it should drop hex cores now that I've cleared the 25, but once more, that's not how it's supposed to work. They should not have stopped dropping after 25. Is that the same one? Walk by one. Way up there. No, 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 I didn't. Well, the original Elite, yes, it did. The bumper broke, but not from pressing too hard. The bumper actually, came out. The right person could probably repair it with the right parts. Putz Harding left your game. So there we go. There's the hex cores again. So I don't know. It's buggy. But if you're really determined, most of the bugs, not all, but most of the bugs can be mitigated or worked around. Nice. Yeah. It's my own salvage ship. Look, guys, I salvaged an S rank heavy fighter. Found it buried in the ground. Hot shit. We just found an S rank 38 plus 12 fighter buried in the ground. Never gonna find one like that again. Nice landing. I'm in third person mode, so when we get in the ship, the camera will probably be sitting inside the engines or the ground. Or not. Or not. So this is so much better than it was. I bet we could even pulse down to the portal, which was impossible before with all the buoys and waypoints. That'll do. Let's go. Let's go where Joe is. No, okay, it's still being buggy.
being just as buggy there as it was. All pulse engine attempts seem to go to the space station right now. So what I was doing, unless they're not near a waypoint. If you aim for a waypoint, it tracks to the station. If you aim for nothing, it should let us go off into space, and then we can kind of manually position ourselves above the portal and drop on down. But it was crazy yesterday. Hundreds of buoys, tons of bases, lag, spam. Your ship always goes inside whatever building you have. Small shack storage container. You think it does not like to be left outside. Doesn't want to be left out in the cold. Understandable. So this portal will just be open for a few more days. 2 more days, 2.5 more days. Whichever portal you get to take you to that world. That one on that side. I wonder what will happen to that system, Kaitu hype, and those planets after the week event finishes. So unlike other portals, this won't close later, it'll just stay open. We'll drop a few things at base. Oh wait, I can dump, there's that, that mod. I was gonna break it down so we could get our tech module from it. And I was too far away from the ship. Lemium and the Herox, I have stacks in a box, so I think we're just gonna sell those for now. It's overflow, same with the cadmium, we've got stacks in the freighter. The chromatic metal and mag ferrite that keeps building up in the starship inventory is also from taking out ships. Captain, you got the coordinates to that planet. Apparently it's really near the center of Euclid. You have the portal glyph address for it too. Does it work if you use a normal portal? Are you able to portal to that planet? And then what about the rules? Does it play by... What rule set does it play by? Are you able to drop a base? Nobody seems has bases there anymore, but yesterday there were a ton. I couldn't drop a base, but somehow people were dropping bases. I made another landing pad when the base computer quest demanded it. Well, portals don't allow you to build bases on the other side now. Right. But does anyone know yet if that's temporary for the event, permanent, a bug, or a feature? Because, I don't know. I don't know if it is known. At least see. Portals were like that before the event. What do you mean? Like they changed it recently, past week or two, but before the event? Or did you mean it used to be like that and then only recently could we... Because I've been making bases on the other side of portals until... I've only been playing the game for a month. So, I mean, I've done a lot of that in the past month. Wait. No. You said ever since Next, but I have made bases on the other side of portals. I have. I could take us to one right now, and I've only played since Next. So was it a bug that I was even able to do that? Maybe that was the bug. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I'll warp us to one in a minute. Because I was portaling around the first blue star before I made red, green, blue engines. I was portaling around and hoped to get to some exotics that way, and I got to one. I got to a blue star that had a lost blue chromatic and stuck a base on it. I stuck a base right by the portal on one of them. Yeah, stuck a base computer right next to the portal I landed by because it was an uninhabited system, and I was never going to get back there in any convenient way. No teleporter in a space station, and because the portal was active when I first visited it, you can't use the terminal to get the glyph codes, right? You portal through somewhere, you can't get the glyph codes on the far side, can you? Or can you somehow? Sorry, slipping a little here. What are we doing? I'm dropping things off, maybe. Some things. Nitrogen, salt, organic catalyst. Checking the experimental branch notes. Let us know what you find. Thermic and carbon. The unstable gel, I don't have a stack of unstable gel because we can just make it as needed. So, what am I looking for? Where my extra stack of... I know where it is. I tried rearranging these things so I would learn what I have where. Our next base is going to have all the storage containers near each other. This should have chromatic metal in it. No! Oh, come on. This should have chromatic metal in it. Yes! Okay. Thank you. See, I knew it all along. I knew it all along. First try! And that was for full stacks, or did we have some to drop off? Sorry, my brain's fading a bit here. Tech module, yes. Should have organized some of this stuff so I could see what I was trying to drop into containers more readily. The Lemium and the Herox, I think, are full stacks already. Experimental, you mean even buggier than live? Buggier or better? We can sell all of this stuff. Gek relics and Corvex casing. Yeah, that can all go. Oxygen. The unstable gel. Yeah, I would love if we could just tag this stuff right now. I'm going to sell, and go to the merchant terminal, sell it all in one. Why not? It would just make sense. Too much sense. I'm gonna bother pulling 42 units out of sodium. You know, we can't even go. When you go to the terminal to sell, it'll have 542 already filled in because of that stack there. If I could just zero it out, I wouldn't mind tapping up to 42 or 87 or whatever my overflow, 72, whatever my overflow units are of something. If I could start at 0 even, I would take the time to tap it out. But the fact that it starts at max and you have to use their slowly accelerating scrolling and then it goes so damn fast you can't catch it. Why? That's just mean. It's so mean. So, sorry, I just needed to vent again. Because it's mean. Beastar, you better head to sleep way past your bedtime. Again, happy exploring. Catch you all tomorrow. Night, night. Sleep tight. Catch you on the other side. Alright, quick glance. Any of these weird stacks, cadmium is easy because it's all I've got. Pugnium is one of those. Like, to sell that, and it's just to get 10,000, which we don't really need the 10,000. If I could start at 0, I'd go up to 72. The fact that I have to start at 572 and accelerating scroll down and hope not to miss it, but you will miss it, and then you got to adjust, makes it not worth it. So you know what? We got thousands of pugnium. It's just, I got your pugnium right here. So, Gek Relic, Korvax Casing, Unstable Gel Extra, Salvage Tech, Aerox, Post, Cadmium, I missed something. Found this in the patch notes from the 24th. Fixed an issue where players were able to warp and get stuck on the other side of a portal. You think that relates to going through the portal and having no portal on the other side? Pretty bad too. I don't know exactly how people are getting stuck in the event, but is it not that? Is that not what's happening to them? Base computer archives. We were supposed to visit... let's go do that. We're supposed to visit a remote terminal somewhere related to the base quest. So, do you want me to pop over to that base that's next to a portal in an uninhabited system? I think that one is it. Azure. Let's at least see if that's it. Boy, my throat is not happy today. Yeah, this is it. So, here's a portal which appears functional. I set up this base and the teleporter that it let me put there. And it is a system. It's almost Ermagerd. It's Immergerd. Immergerd. No economy, no conflict level, uncharted, 3 planets, 1 moon, blue star. And it worked. The other side. But there's a terminal here, and I think there's a terminal here, a usable terminal. Yeah. So, perfectly normal portal that at one point I got to this system. I portaled to this system and was able to drop a base. But now it seems you can't. So if that really patched in with Next, I shouldn't have been able to do that. If it patched in post Next, that might explain it. If it was a bug, that might explain it. No, I arrived using that portal and the portal should be active. I did travel back then. And then I teleported back here. Subsequently, I can use the teleporter to come back here. Originally, I had to use it. I was able to drop the base, and I was able to place the teleporter, but I was not able to use the teleporter. Portal interference still applied. I couldn't warp out, portal interference, and I couldn't teleport out, portal interference. I had to portal back, just like normal. But after portaling back, then I was able to teleport here. I thought that's what the rules were. I thought that's how it worked. It's why when in the community event, when I saw it had an abandoned station with the teleporter, I figured once we left, we'd be able to teleport back for easy access. But no. So, yeah, the teleporter seemed to follow normal rules, but the base was the thing. Yeah, do you have a question? They're really on a different planet. 2 bases in this system too. One of them's next to an active indium deposit. Went through, dropped a base. That makes sense? And I just thought those were the rules, since that was working. So I think I did that in a couple places. Although after getting the red, green, and blue drives for the ship, it became less of an issue. I'm less of an issue. I had less of a reason to want to portal places because with just one hyperdrive mod, wherever it is here, there's 221 light years added to the base of 100. So the ship has a range of 320, plus it can go to red, green, blue stars and travel anywhere. Yeah, I sort of stopped portaling after that. I thought I'll just warp everywhere I want to go. But it was working. I thought it changed with the community event. Like, maybe it was temporary. Maybe the community event is superseding... I don't know if this was a bug, then never mind. But if this was how it was supposed to work, then maybe the community event was superseding that rule set temporarily to prevent people from spamming up that system with bases. It didn't work initially. People spammed it up with bases. Didn't you have an exotic? I do. Have 3 of them. I do have some exotics. The exotics aren't as much fun to fly. Their hitbox is so big and cumbersome, they're just running into things all the time. Also, they don't have a lot of storage. Much as I like the exotics, once I found a large S-class fighter with 38 slots, that's really what I wanted, so... Trying to get to the outer edge. You're going the other way from everyone else. Oh, man. Pergy, the tentacle monster, you have the squid ship and it does 1200 warp. Did you have to put mods in it, or was that its natural warp potential? Was that like its feature? It came from the beyond. This thing can warp across the galaxy and... Because huge hyperdrive bonus. That's pretty cool. I like yellow and orange ships in this game. Rude. Traveler. Check out your exotic. It should have good bonuses. It's about 156 on the hyperdrive, but not 1200. Yeah, they're all about 156 on the hyperdrive. That's without mods. But if you mod it up, when I put a mod on the... When I put an S... Yeah, okay. Fair enough. If you put 3 S-class upgrades and you get the synergy, yeah, okay, I can see how you got to 1200 warp. Okay, that makes sense. I only have 1 in this ship, and happy enough for now. The bonus shield should be close to 60%. Yeah. Yeah, they're really nice. So it shows a shield absorption of 2.2 or 4-ish on the exotics without mods. Stop with your pulsing to the wrong places. You just make me salty. if it's showing correct. Yeah, okay, look at the damage numbers that it was not showing yesterday. It's intermittent. I don't know when it's in the mood to show the damage numbers. But, Captain, was it you saying you had thousands? You had 3,000 with your 6 phase beam mods? I said, I want to see that too. Well, look, I can see it too. It was 829. That's the base max damage on these. As far as I can tell, that's the base max on the fighters. Whether you get a small, a medium, or a large fighter. If you get an S-class fighter, it will probably have 829 point something damage. Everyone I've ever found has had 829 point something damage. So when you put mods in, that goes up. It doesn't always show it. I've seen that number as low as 200 and something. But I think that's the correct number. That's the damage it's doing. That's the rating, or somehow. It kicks ass, okay? It's a lot of damage. It's yummy. You're dead. Pretty good. Hostiles don't stand a chance. Your A-class, yeah, and the A-classes can have almost the exact same damage. So that 829, which an S-class caps at, I've seen A's with 800 and something damage. And the maneuverability, the S-classes tend to have 400 and something. I put mods in it. They're usually like low 400s, 405 to 420-ish, I don't know, in there. The A's are, yeah, similar, from like 390 to 410-ish range. The A's are almost the same as the S's in potential. A nice A will look just like an S in almost every number. And you know what, that happens with mods too. A-class mods are not necessarily worse than S-class mods. Some of the A-class mods have values that exceed the average values of S-class mods. Fauna, 9,000, almost 9,400% for an A-class scanner mod. I had to go through a few S-class mods to find an S-class with 9,400 fauna. They were coming up with 6,000, 6,500, 7,000, but this A-class had 9,400. So yeah, don't dismiss the A's. They're good. They can be good. Look at this S-class. It does not have anything near as good as the A, except the scan radius. Scan radius is a little higher. The A only had 23, and the flora value was a little lower. The roll ranges overlap. It's kind of like a Venn diagram. It's not here's an A and here's an S. They actually overlap a little in the middle, and the A can be as good as some of the S rolls. I've reached the location marked by my base computer. The remote archive terminal hums, awaiting my input. Did you go for 6 Pulse Engine S-Class upgrades? I did. Yeah, I sure did. And I like it. I talk to me about maneuverability. Speed. It affects speed, but I was wondering if it was going to affect ability to stop quickly, bank and turn, roll. Is it just speed? It does go like a bullet. So I'm satisfied. And if it did actually maneuver or radically, I'm not sure I could handle it anyways, but attempting to read memory at some address. Did it know what I had done to it? Was it angry, upset, alone, afraid? Could a sentinel feel such things? Hovered before me,
Message for you, Commander.
light
Just came in
catching
over a
upon
secure
a
channel.
1,000 crystal shards all around, and as I moved on, it traveled by my side. Lamia! Yes, thank you. She's saying good night. Night, night. Good night. Giggles and good night. Sleep tight. We'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much for your sub. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all you do for the channel, Lamia, which is so much more than that. Sweet dreams. That night, I dreamt of the warp cage, but there was no more pain within. The drone looked at me and I knew that I had been forgiven. I had fixed it. I had answered for my sin. I shall call it Lelos. Must be a Korvax. A Korvax? Search the physical cache. T left me a piece of technology. Is it just giving nanites lately? No, we actually got a piece of tech. It's not a great piece of tech, but it seemed to me it's been saying tech and giving nanites recently. Maybe I imagine that. You don't want none. You don't want none. That noise. Horrible noise. And it's another 6-hour timer on the base quest. So, obviously we won't see that tonight, but must be near the end of the base computer archive quest line. Oh, can't stand the noise. Gotta get out of here. So we warped. What system are we in? We came here for the quest. Base quest. We're not in the system with the bases. Right. We're wrapping really soon, which is good because I'm faded and need to eat some dinner before I melt. It does sound like rain is chipping your paint or little meteorites, but it's an audio bug, right? It's not intentional. If they told me it was intentional, I might be able to get used to it. But knowing that it's not intentional, I simply can't stand it. Funny how the brain works. I mean, if they said that's on purpose. Those are the little rocks that are hitting your windshield as you fly around. If that's what they had said all along, my brain might have been okay with that. Oh yeah, sure they are. Of course they are. Of course they are. And why are we going to the space station? Why don't we warp to a new system? Before we wrap, why don't we warp to some new system somewhere? See what we can find. Should we look for something with an economy? Does it matter? Yeah, I want to find something with an economy. Keep an eye out for ships and guns. I want to see what kind of cool guns. So not declining. Find colored star, non-yellow star with an economy. That looks decent. That can take a little while poking around. Comfortable, high conflict. I know that looks yellowish, but that's green, right? That's a green star. Okay, it's not a ragingly good economy. What about that? No. You? No. What about you? No. Let's go there. Let's try it out. Hey, Moody Streams. What's happening? Oh, and it's got a better chance of an anomaly or something with 4 planets. 4 planets. Thought there was more. Yeah, Columbo, that galaxy map makes my head spin sometimes. I'm getting... Oh! Oh! We gotta rescue this sucker and then see. Oh, come on. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. You see what that is, right? What I just flew by? It's another Star Destroyer. Oh, another Star Destroyer. Is it orange or is that my imagination? We gotta at least check that out. What are the odds of finding another one of those? By all the gods of fire and fuck. Yeah, but it's on point. That's his job. His job. You are not telling me to shoot the cargo pod. Come on. Isn't that a great feeling though when you're coming out of a jump and there's a kick-ass freighter there? Or just one at all? I can't shoot him when he's got the freighter behind him. It is orange. Man, I thought it was black when we first came in. It's really hard to tell colorings until you've got good light. We're underneath it. Hold on, let's fix that. Overseer warped 60 times. Hey, you let us park at the front too. I'm feeling right at home. I don't know how to navigate the room. Got it. More jumps if it's an S-Class with 40 slots. Commander. Dinesh, let's see. Showing me gratitude? They gesture towards the control panel of their freighter and... Ah, okay. Well, man, we've got an A-Class with 34 slots. I don't think we can trade, but... He only wants $1 million for it, too. That's sweet. It's a Star Destroyer. It's another Star Destroyer. I've never seen one colored like that. But, that's still a sweet find. How sweet would that be if we didn't already have a nice freighter? You want to look at him? Is 34 max? But the freighters are the biggest ships. I didn't know that 34 was max. I figured if a hauler can... How can a freighter hold less than a hauler? You can fit the hauler in the freighter. My mind is not blown, it's imploding. Yeah, I can't trade red and black. But look at how long that sucker is. That is long. Long. Decline. You have practically that very one. And it can appear in different lengths? Is that what's happening? Even down to the color. I find I like a lot of the orange and yellows on ships in this game, even though those aren't colors I naturally take to a whole lot. I mean, I wear black a lot. Blue jeans and a black t-shirt, and not very colorful. And yet, you really like the tiny Star Destroyers, like the one that we've got, right? Is that the one you mean? All right, let's see here. Paradise Planet. Which sounds great, right? Paradise! Paradise planets are beautiful planets. That doesn't mean they have perfect weather, though. There's no guarantee that it isn't hot and humid. The 2 section is the smallest. And that one had 6. Is 6 the largest? Does it get even crazier than that? Dead planet. Sorry, not very methodical scanning here. Redacted planet. Yeah, there we go. Redacted. I've never been to a redacted planet. Another label for, is it the mega exotic or classic exotic? I can't remember which group the redacted falls into. Never go full redacted. No way to go through life, son. So, I think this is a mega exotic because we're getting giant versions of what are normally normal sized things. Let's do this freighter. Maybe hit up the space station before we wrap, just in case there's a cool gun or we see maybe a trade post, see what ships are landing. Are you gonna make me hungrier than I already am? Looks like giant onions. Now we just need the right setting on the phase beam to roast them nice and so they're all caramelized and. Hey Prestige, welcome back. So you were watching Vikings, did it not do it for you? Or just couldn't beat Thrones for you? We're returning home, carrying data backups of the Echoes. The crew don't like it. All those souls creep them out. Tell them it's nothing to worry about. Those rich enough to survive death didn't care about us in life, and now we have their backups. They need us now, in case there was an accident or someone switches the main site off. Who'd want to do that, I wonder? We made first contact with the Korvax before all others. They found us. They showed us what we could. They too have echoes, though the translation is imperfect. Their convergence is a repository of all those who have ever lived. Ours is a mausoleum of vanity, a monument to the fear of death, and nothing more. There are some great bits of dialogue in these crashed freighters. Yeah. Pay attention if you do the crashed freighters. Read slowly. Read those with some thought. Yeah, there are some good ones.
Technology prepared.
You go to the wiki, Pergy, if you go to the wiki and you look for the SV4 Aparosa, that's your freighter. If you actually submitted it, that's the one there, or if that looks like yours, or... Oh. Come on, I thought I nailed it. I was like, I know which side to stand on. Come on.
Technology prepared. Radiation protection. 4. Technology prepared. Units received. Radiation protection.
You did post it. Sweet. There you go. If anybody's checking out the wiki, look at the SV4 Aparosa. That's Pergy's freighter. when I saw,
Technology
maybe someone can explain a little. We are wrapping in a few minutes, but maybe someone can explain a little bit about what is the Galactic Hub thing? Was it created by players and fans, or was it created by the developers? That's one question that I have. What I saw about the Galactic Hub stuff seemed, and I just glanced at it, seemed like it was a fan-made, okay, yeah, players and fans, fan-made data repository and an informal registrar. So you would go places that are already documented, where there are bases and other players hanging out, and ideally you submit your information and you tell them, hey, I'm going to be hanging out there too. Here I am, here's my deal, and then
technology prepared.
the community in that area gains a knowledge base about itself, about the players, and I guess the bases and other stuff that are there. I mean, rather than just being off in the middle of nowhere doing your own thing, why not make a little federation of planets or whatever?
Technology
But it's all, if it's all players and fans, that's really cool.
radiation protection.
We did not get anything too good here, but there's one cargo pod left. No! No!
Technology recharge.
Last one's usually the good pot, huh? Big bucks, no whammies.
Technology prepared.
Yes. We got the whammies. So these buried tech modules, now that we're not in the community area, they're supposed to still drop some hex cores, but not for me. They would be salvage tech, so no point in making a further example out of that. Let's check the. If we got a trade post nearby. So, mega exotic. The giant onions are cool. And having lots of things that could be enlarged makes for lots of possibilities of new exotic planets, just because, oh, let's make that thing large on this world, and let's make that thing large on this world. Color-wise, it's not the most shaded. Like the mega exotics, are all the mega exotics rightly called chromatics? Do they all have some sort of a little tint? This one, you can tell it's almost natural, but it's a little off. We've seen a monochrome world and a red tinted world and a lavender tinted world. This one, if it has a tint, it's a little teal, I think. There you can see the glow there. That's the glow. I think the planet had a little bit of that. But that's not too far off natural light. The things still had their... You can still see greens and reds, and they looked pretty natural. So that's the ruin that would get us. I'll let it go for now. We got to wrap up. Let's go to the trading post, camp out for a couple minutes while we wind down and sign off. I want to see what ships might be in this system, and what are we gonna get out of that ruin? We get to the actual ruin and dig up something, and don't crash. Come on. Thank you, just for. You just had to bump into one more thing, didn't you? Corrupted blood is the weather. I wish it actually did rain blood. Just occasionally. Not out here, just in there. I think that would look cool. It's just a really quiet trade outpost. So, just because this system has an economy doesn't mean it's gonna be busy, huh? So be it. Well, it's a nice quiet place to wrap. Monday, huh? Another one bites the dust. Pat yourself on the back for making it through Monday. And thank you for joining me today. Being awesome as always. If you're new here, welcome aboard the Starship. Come and join us for more adventures. I did put this week's schedule up. So tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I think we're starting on time. I'm aiming to start on time. No late starts this week. At least that's the plan. If we can stick to that. You're welcome, Bob. Captain Frantic, Misbehave, Prestige, Pergy, everyone, chatters, lurkers, lovers all. Everybody have a great night. Be on the flip side.